I would like to start with Coinbase. Here, I will be referring to the Coinbase listing on the stock exchange that took place on April 14th. Many people say it's a stock worth buying, but before doing so, we have to dig and investigate personally. What is noteworthy is that Coinbase manages the portfolio of clients of approximately $800 million. The question is, what revenues and what profit do they have? But also, in what field does it work? Coinbase is based on the cryptocurrency market. The point is, they don't have a lot of assets. It is a company that is based on the collection of commissions. The point is, Coinbase was launched at an opportune time, when Bitcoin reached an all-time high of $64,000. This price could have been influenced by the Coinbase listing. What interests us very much is, what numbers do they have? We now see that revenues in 2019 were $534 million, and in 2021 $0.3 billion. In 2019, they were not profitable, minus $121 million, but in 2020 they had profits of $3 billion. The question is, what does the revenue of $1.3 billion have to do with it? As far as they say, they value Coinbase at $100 billion. They are extremely cunning. They evaluate it according to the portfolios they are managing, but they do not own them, they only take the commissions. This is an extremely good marketing, they know how to sell themselves very well. But at a $100 billion market cap, having only $1.3 billion in revenue, is a pretty big discrepancy. It is a hype created now around the Coinbase company, being the first top company in the cryptocurrency field, listed on the stock exchange. Think that investors who are now private, and who will become public in the next few moments, have valued the company at $68 billion. It is an evaluation that has no logic, has nothing to do with reality. They value it at $68 billion, because it manages portfolios of $100 billion in assets, and that's where the $68 billion comes from. They practically undervalued the company, for the simple fact of attracting investors, even though in September 2020 it was valued at $5.8 billion. A lot of people don't know this thing, and they look at revenue and market cap, even if the company is in the $1.3 billion area. At the moment it is a hype, and I think there will be very big fluctuations in the coming months. In the long run, I think you can get a better price. In conclusion, it should be noted that the cryptocurrency market is moving towards the mainstream. Next we will talk about the semiconductor crisis. Now Biden wants to help the American market, in large part, because we know the plan is for America, and they want to get rid of this crisis. To overcome it, they asked help from one of the largest companies in this field, and more precisely Intel. Why didn't they ask AMD? Which at the moment has a much better technology. And we know the answer, it's about contracts, marketing, branding. For a company, it's not just the products that matter. AMD has better products right now, period. In vain. Everything that happens behind closed doors, in the back, counts. And right now Intel has more connections. And this year, in 2021, Pat Gelsinger returned as CEO. We all know that he always had bold goals for this company. And right now, $20 billion in investments are planned for 2 factories in Arizona. And in addition, it will launch a business for foundry services, a semiconductor factory to solve this problem. And Intel already has support from Amazon and Microsoft. The main competitor for Intel on the semiconductor side is Taiwan Semiconductor. But Samsung is also a company that delivers such chips. What do we understand from this? It is that the company invests, having big plans for the future. And they will also receive $50 billion support from Biden's plan for infrastructure, and Intel is a company that will benefit from this. And we can see that the price has risen in recent months. And the company continues to follow an upward trend. Ford is partnering with Nio for their new Mustang model, the Mustang E. Namely, they want to do some charging stations in China, and then they announced partnerships with Nio, because they already have the battery swap technology. This primarily benefits us new investors in Nio. This can only be the start, because they are analyzing the Chinese market. And as you can see, the Chinese market cannot be overlooked. It's a massive market, and the Chinese people are ordering a lot of electric cars. This is where a growth gate opens for Ford, as Ford company has had losses in recent years. According to this news, some increases are expected for the Ford company. Next, we will talk a little about Roblox. They recently signed a partnership with Hasbro. Hasbro is one of the largest toy companies, which had a huge impact on the company's price and market capital, and we see that it has risen around $82. This partnership had an impact on both companies, and the share price increased. Here we can also mention Beyond Meat, which, if in the future they will conclude various partnerships with fast food chains, it will have a major impact on the stock price. If you liked this video, don't forget to give a thumb up, hit the subscribe button, to see other similar videos in the future.